Welcome to my guide on the quest Requiem of a Dragon. This is the 7th and final quest line for the Fort Foundry. As for the requirements, you need 86 Archaeology, 75 Necromancy, 66 Magic, 54 Construction, and 10 Slayer. As for the quest, you will need to have completed the Battle of Fort Foundry, Tombs of the Warlock, and Kilo Row quest. You will also need a lot of items, in fact 30 white marble and 30 white oak that will count if it is in your archaeology storage unit. You will also need 5 greater and sold bars, which means you will have to do the necromancy rituals to get those bars, and you will need ghostly ink with the candles for the ritual. As for the whole quest, you will need to bring a weapon and armor and some food along with an archaeology journal to save you quite a bit of running back and forth. Teleport to the Fort Foundry lodestone, and we will be running north into the town hall where you should find Aster. Speak to him, hit option 1 to accept and start the quest. After this, he will be telling you pretty much that the citizens are worried that Vorkath is still out. In fact, that until he is destroyed, he will always remain a threat, in which case they will say travel back to Ungael. So go east, and we'll be going through the rowboat. From here, if you are Intel and Mac users, there is an issue, and you actually need to lower your graphics all the way. And then pray range, and then kill all 8 NPCs. They do hurt a lot, so make sure to use Threads of Fate, so you're able to pretty much attack all 4 or 5 of them, and then you're free to just attack the 2 to the north that are guarding the Colossal Cave. Now you are able actually to skip those NPCs, but they will remain there forever, so you pretty much want to change and defeat them. And then right here, go north, and we'll be speaking to Vorkath. For the options in order, it will be 2, 2, 2, 2, 1, and 2. Pretty much, this is going over with Vorkath on how to persuade him in a friendly manner, in which case the player's hand will approach Vorkath, and since Zemouregal was quite brutal with him, he is a little bit traumatized. Now, run back south. And then it did crash my client, so just run back south. From here, we will be making our way east up into the doors at the northern part of it. And I did change my settings a little bit because you can still crash at that door too. It has been a known issue. In fact, there is a lot of posts on Reddit about this, and it goes far back as 2019. Go through the door and pray range, and you'll want to kill the Zemouregal translator, who will also drop a book. So pick up the book. You are able to read it if you want, and you want to go north and search the bookshelf. You do not have to read it. Go south. You may need to change your camera angle a little bit, and you want to click on the 2 items, the statue, the book, and then just west of you, there is also a mural that you are able to click on. And then lastly, click on the focus. Once you have all of these, you want to talk to the NPC, in which case the options are 1, 2, 3, and 4, covering over detail about Vorkath's heart was replaced with a black stone, which would have to be from Elite Dungeon 3. So hopefully we do get a little more depth in a different quest going over the Blackstone Heart and Elite Dungeon 3, the Shadow Reef. Make your way to Fort Foundry, and we'll be speaking to Zemouregal, and you'll want to hit options 1, 3, and 4. That way you're able to decide, you know what? Let's get rid of his black heart to make it normal so that he can rest in peace. Because that poor little guy, he's been through a lot. Continue going through the chat dialogue, and you will want to teleport back to the city of Speak to Death and hit options 1 and 3, covering over how can you bring Vorkath's soul, because it is corrupted with that black heart. In which case he's like, you actually need a way to cleanse his soul first. So he says you will want to speak to the spirit of balance, which with your archaeology journal, you want to teleport and run south. But make sure you get your archaeology outfit, as this part will be needed. So hit option 1 and 3. The tree of balance will tell you, you know what? You will actually need 2 specific items, and that with memory strands, or you teleport to Piscators, you want to go to the Memorial of Guttix. Just south of it, you will want to be digging. So this part is pretty much AFK for about 3 minutes for this spot. And then there is another spot a little bit to the east of you, in which case you want to get that. You will be getting damaged artifacts, in which case that is what the 30 white marble and the 30 white oak are for. Teleport to your archaeology guild again and speak to the tree of balance. You'll say, okay, good. Now that you have damaged parts, you actually need to repair it. So go north to the archaeology bench, restore it, and again, go back to the tree of balance. I guess we learned how to make it from him. As for the options, you will want it 1, 1, 4, 1, 2, 4. In which case, we pretty much decipher the coding of the soul beacon. And you're like, you know what? You have to go to a ritual site. So, speak to death, and you'll discover that yes, you do have to go to a ritual site. So just go directly west. Open, and it should be somewhere middle of the screen. It will be called the Soul Farer ritual, in which case you want to just change your glyphs accordingly to what it is, so that you're able to bless it into a soul beacon. And this is pretty AFK for about 50 seconds, I believe. So it's nothing really too important, although you can do the ritual disturbances if you would like that experience. Otherwise, you can just AFK and ignore it if you're not going for experience. Once you have gotten all of that, head back to Fort Foundry. This part, you will want to get your gear and food now, as there will be another combat portion approaching. So head back to the rowboat and go to Ungael with option 1. And we'll be going to the Colossal Cave. Continue going north. And this is going to be very hard. And again, this is because of Intel users and their graphics, which has been known issue. But it's going to be very hard for you to click on the 13 broken artifacts that you do have to replace. So just change your textures and you should be able to see it. But if you want to exit through the Ungael Colossal Cave, it will crash you, in which case you want to do the correct Soul Farer ritual now with the Soul Beacon. You are able to put a lot of speed 3 glyphs if you want to get this as fast as possible. Now, when you actually do start the ritual, you will want to immediately get a cutscene, and just after it, you will want to pray melee, as it is a boss fight right off the bat. Pretty much, we will see Beldridge return although Moria thought she killed him, but it may have been a clone or that little mysterious relic that he has with him. In which case, right here, pray melee, and you will want to defeat this monster. It's actually pretty hard, so just make sure to invoke death so it instantly dies. Afterwards, click on the ritual, and there will be a ritual disturbance. You will want to click on the smoke cloud and just continue back. Repeat this until the ritual is at 20%, and then you may get this NPC to spawn twice. I have found that praying melee is best. Now, once it is at 20, it will automatically end. You will get another cutscene, and then Vorkath was pretty much cleansed. His black heart is now, I guess, a clear soul heart or something, as he is successfully resting. For here, you just want to go west, and then teleport back to the city of to speak to Death. For him, it's pretty much just option 1. Like, oh, okay, we cleansed his soul. Now, where are we able to find him in city of And he's like, oh, okay, it's by the fishing spot to the southeast of you, in which case you want to make your way there, and he's pretty big. So, once you're here, just click on the poor guy, and yep, he is resting peacefully, as he was pretty much beaten by Zemouregal. He's like, you know what? Talk to Zemouregal again. So, make your way to the Fort Foundry. Head to the trapdoor to the east of the command center. Can be a little hard to see. And then just speak to Zemouregal. Speak to Zemouregal for the final time, telling him that you have successfully put Vorkath to rest. 4. Quest completing, giving 100,000 Necromancy XP lamp, 100,000 Archaeology XP lamp, a new ring, a Soulfarer title, and access to the Ungael ritual site with a new teleport. If players do use this teleport, you will have an increased buff while using this ritual site, in which case it will be more durable and the glyphs will last a little bit longer. The ritual disturbances will last slightly longer, so probably about 1 or 2 game ticks longer. Along with, while you are wearing the new ring, you do have a chance to upgrade it while doing any type of ritual. So players will want to do the absolute lowest level ritual with some speed glyphs, and you want to do this until your ring does upgrade. There is a bad luck mitigation capping at 100 rituals. You are able to speak to the NPC to the east to find out how many rituals it did actually take you. This ring has a 5% chance of getting residential stacks to get your Volley of Souls a little bit quicker, although it has a 5% chance, and it will work on every single attack, including thresholds and ultimates. Thank you all so much for watching this, and enjoy the rest of your day. Don't forget to like, subscribe, or comment down below any video suggestions or questions you have, and I will try to answer them. And enjoy the rest of your day.